A most pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome inside Philadelphia's class of 1923 arena for Thursday night ACHA hockey and Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League rivalry matchup between the Delaware Blue Hens and the Drexel Dragons. And here we are stuck in the middle in the 412 Communications press box. Blue Hen fans, Dragon fans alike, greetings from Philadelphia. James Witherite joining you from the 412 press box on this Thursday evening in advance of the first of two meetings between these two teams. They'll do it all again in mid-February, a month from today, in fact. Or is it a month and a week? In any case, mid-February, Delaware and Drexel will meet again in the second half of this home-and-home series between these longtime conference rivals. And the Hens coming off a grueling weekend and gearing up for another grueling weekend after beating Colorado and then splitting against IUP at Fred Rust Arena and heading into another three-game weekend all on the road after today. They head to Long Island to take on the Seawolves of Stony Brook University. Drexel, 12-5 on the year, the defending ESCHL postseason tournament champions, 5-2-0 versus in-conference teams. And they've been powered by 16 goals so far this season from Jimmy Jacobs. We will see the traditional Dragons second line starting tonight. Anton Kazitsky and Ryan Sambuco flanking center Barrett Genovese. They've combined for 20 goals so far this season, and it will be Ryan Nocerino between the pipes, although compared to last season's run late in the year, he's cooled down a bit. He's 6-4-0 on the season with a .373 goals against average and a .916 save percentage. His counterpart for Delaware, Jacob Snellenberg, 7-3-1 on the year with a .287 goals against average and an .897 save percentage, backstopped the Hens to both of their wins last weekend. Second line, Luke Doshin, Dominic Guido, and Andrew Lowe getting tapped for starting duties tonight, with the pair of Riley Donor and Brady Burke getting the start on the defensive for the Blue Hens. Justin Guelph out of the lineup tonight, so we see Tommy Tracy moving up on the first line to join point leader Tanner Mahoney and Ryan Rodriguez on what's largely been the scoring line for the Blue Hens. Guelph, Rodriguez, and Mahoney have combined for 44 of the Hens' goals on the season. So Justin Guelph certainly will be a noted absence on that top line. But Todd Mittelmeier's Hens calling upon their depth here in tonight's first of two meetings this season against Drexel. We're going to take a pause here on the Delaware Hockey Network. When we come back, we'll head inside the glass for the Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups. This is the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's all brought to you by the Law Office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the Law Office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site, 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com. Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Welcome back inside Class of 1923 Arena. Go time from downtown Philadelphia for the first of two meetings this year between the Drexel University Dragons and the University of Delaware Blue Hens. Inside the glass we go right now for the Limestone Pension Associates starting lineups. Hockey fans, good evening, and welcome to Class of 1923 Arena in downtown Philadelphia. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Eastern States Collegiate Hockey League present a men's Division I regular season matchup between the visiting University of Delaware Blue Hens and the host Drexel University Dragons. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the Delaware Blue Hens, coached by Todd Mittelmeyer, starting in goal, number 35, Jacob Snellenberg. On defense, number 18, Riley Doner. And number 24, Brady Burke. At left wing, number 15, Luke Doshin. At right wing, number 17, Andrew Lowe. And at center, number 38, Dominic Guido. And the starting lineup for the Drexel University Dragons, coached by Tyler Weichner. Starting in goal, number 35, Ryan Nocerino. On defense, number 21, Sean Carver. And number 12, Satoru Eto. At left wing, number 28, Anton Kazitsky. At right wing, number 29, Ryan Sambuco. And starting at center, number 9, Barrett Genovese. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Steve Capriotti and Charlie Van Kula, and linesmen Sam Chauvin and Nathan Clack. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located behind the Drexel goal, as we honor the United States of America and those who defend this nation with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Set for Thursday night hockey in the city of brotherly love. Delaware defending the goal to our left in their away blue sweaters. Traveling left to right from our vantage point, the Drexel Dragons in their off-white kits moving right to left as we kick off a regular season home and home between these ESCHL rivals. As we talked about during pregame, Jacob Snellenberg 7-3-1 on the weekend. Or 7-3-1 on the season. On the weekend, he was 2-0-0, beating both Colorado on Friday and IUP on Sunday. Ryan Nocerino looking to build on a 6-4 record. A hot goaltender last year who carried the Dragons to an ESCHL regular season, not regular season, but postseason championship. Puck is down, game on from Philly. Puck lobbed up the near boards by Carver as far as the Delaware blue line. It was recovered by Burke. Burke pushed by Sambuco deeper into his own end, and this is cleared out by Donor. Tipped by Luke Doshin. Up into the Delaware bench area and out of play, just 17 seconds into the first period, and linesman Sam Chauvin spots the face-off at center. Genovese taking the draw across from Guido. The pass up the near boards beyond the reach of Andrew Lowe, but Guido drives it into the near corner. Backhanded by Eto up the near side where Carver studies but can't clear. Doshin holding the line for Delaware, but he gave it away. Carver the second time to Genovese on up the right wing boards. This went beyond the reach of Anton Kazitsky. It was turned by the back-checking Riley Donor deep into Drexel territory where Eto recovers. Sambuco flips this up in the atmosphere onto the stick of Kazitsky. He's pinched to the far corner by Delaware's Danny Berg. Into a 1-on-2, and the Angelino Danny Berg recovers. Tanner Mahoney nearly checked off the puck. First we see of the first line. Lowe heads off for a change after tipping the puck beyond center red. In behind the Drexel goal, and now Rodriguez and Mahoney are joined by Tommy Tracy. First we're seeing of this combination all season as Tracy moves up from third line to first line in relief of the injured Justin Guelph. First shot of the game came from Tommy Tracy on the welcome mat. Turned aside by Nocerino. Here's Straubinger from distance. That shot from the left point blocked in heavy net front traffic and recovered by Nathan Steele for the Dragons. Headman through traffic to Todorov. He bobbled the puck but got one on net. From the top of the near circle, this is tipped over the glass and out of play by Jacob Snellenberg with 1 minute and 43 seconds gone in the first period. And the ensuing faceoff coming to Jacob Snellenberg's right. Evan Mudrick in for the draw across from Cody Diaz, a meeting of the third line centers, and Delaware wins the D-zone faceoff. Giveaway from Goose behind the net. Held in by Mudrick mid-zone, protecting the right point is the Drexel captain Matt Harris, but he's driven back to center by the Albertan Cade Coughlin. Botched pass, recovering for Delaware in neutral ice was Diaz right in front of his own bench. For those of you who've not made the trip to Class of 1923 Arena, old style layout here like the Montreal Forum, where the benches are on opposite sides, so Drexel afforded the long change in both periods 1 and 3. Delaware afforded the long change only in the second period, so home ice advantage a little bit stronger for the Dragons, at least in terms of the logistics of gameplay. More so than what we're accustomed to seeing with both benches on the same side. Here's Jacobs working up the left wing boards. All the way up ice, cross ice pass, and a Harris shot held on to for the pause by Snellenberg. 2.5 minutes in the books from Class of 23. Face-off coming to Snellenberg's left. Infanger in across from Mudrick for the Blue Hens. And Alex Infanger won the draw for the boys in blue. Brady Burke up the right wing boards, could not head man to Infanger. LM Ruel chases the puck down on the near corner. Cycle to Infanger. He tried to set up Donor walking the line, but the pass was off its target, and Riley Donor's got to skate all the way back to his own goal line to steady. Dragons change. Stretch pass bounces off Doshin's stick in neutral territory. He's swarmed immediately by Todorov, who nearly regained the zone for the Dragons. Doshin stood up in neutral ice by Satoru Eto. This is cleared. No icing, says linesman Nathan Clack, as Snellenberg steadies the puck in front of his own cage. One shot aside. 200 seconds behind us in this late night Thursday game between the Dragons and the Blue Hens. Here's a 2-on-3. Eisler working together with Tuozo. Eisler pressured at the line by Lowe, forced to dump the puck in. Recovered by Brady Burke. Taken away from him. Todorov tried to settle one at the top of the crease, but to no avail. Berg battling for the puck in the near corner. He takes a check from Tuozo, but has support in the form of Brady Burke. So Berg and Burke working together on the defensive, and Dominic Guido flips this puck high into neutral ice, where it's gloved down by Mikolas. Burkhan pulls back. Breakout pass finds the accelerating Anton Kazitsky and his fresh legs on ice, but he's pinched to the near wall by Mahoney. Genovese setting up Sambuco, hard shot. Stick checked right as he got rid of it at the dot, and this is deflected into the glass, into the netting behind the glass, and out of play with 15:44 to go in the first period of a 0-0 hockey game. Face-off will stay in the Delaware end. Mahoney and Sambuco, top centers, at least as far as tonight's game goes. Sambuco, though, and Genovese sharing centering duty on this starting Drexel line, who's back on for their second shift. Eric Mark ties up Genovese behind the cage. Puck popped over the crossbar to the top of the crease, where it's recovered by Rodriguez. Advanced through neutral ice 2, and now by Mahoney. 2-on-2 was this zone entry. Drop pass, Straubinger shooting. Blockered away by Nocerino to the far corner. And recovering for the Blue Hens is Rodriguez. Coming to the 5-minute mark of the first period from Class of 1923 Arena, yet scoreless in Philadelphia. Straubinger beyond the reach of Mahoney. Icing waved off. Nocerino covers, and we've got a pause in play. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. That's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The Law Office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the Law Office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Conklin holding the zone after the errant Diaz shot ricocheted off the backboards. Cody Diaz tied up in the near corner by Carver, unable to maintain Delaware momentum. Here walking the line is DeBolt. He tried to center to Diaz, crashing the net to no avail. Holding the zone was Panapresso. Goose with a hard shot. Blocked down in traffic a second time. Deflected right toward him by Harris. Here up the left wing boards comes Jimmy Jacobs. 2-on-3. A Panapresso poke check slows up the advance of Jimmy Jacobs, who leads the Drexel side with 16 goals on the year. Panapresso clears. This is volleyed back in by Ben Burkhan from center and steadied by Snellenberg for Noah Goose to start up behind his own net. 6 minutes into the first period of what stands a scoreless hockey game. Goose gained the center line after Ruel bobbled the puck. Good dump and change on the D side for Delaware. Donor and Burke back on. Meanwhile, LM Ruel stick handling in the far corner. Checked off the puck by Todorov. It is cleared by Burke on cross ice feed to Jimmy Jacobs. He plays a hard carom shot in behind the net from above the line. Chased down on the far corner by Burkhan. Recovered by Delaware's Brady Burke. Shoveled by Infanger ahead to the accelerating Trevor Early 1-on-1. Early won the race to the puck. Got a shot away backhand. Second chance from Ruel. Turned aside by No Sereno as well, who's come up with a few rapid-fire saves. Mikolas back the other direction. Dragons coming in numbers. Long shot caught and held by Jacob Snellenberg, and we've got a pause in action with 13:08 to go in the first period of what stands a scoreless game. Face-off coming to Snellenberg's right. Guido and Sambuco. In for the near side face-off. Puck was played behind the Delaware net. Doshin could not clear. Sambuco just held the point, taking a hard check into the glass from Lowe, but he kept on ticking. Ultimately, he turned the puck over. Burke to Lowe over center, who tipped the puck into the far corner of the Drexel zone, so no icing for Delaware to worry about, and Andrew Lowe holding his ground in the far corner, threw the puck in at net. Guido working top of the crease, could not redirect. Long shot from Lowe again, ricocheted off the backboards. Guido checked off his feet in pursuit of the puck. Genovese leaves us across to Kazitsky. 3-on-2 for Drexel. Sambuco crashing the net, tried to redirect one past Snellenberg, backdoor, didn't have the angle he'd hoped. This is cleared. Paddled by No Sereno back to center. Recovered deep in the Delaware end by Dominic Guido. Guido walking in. Tracy with a shot from the bottom of the near circle, sticked away by No Sereno. Muscled back in by Guido, he heads off. Mahoney takes his place, so the top line back intact with 8 minutes elapsed in the first period and an icing against the Dragons. Setting up a Delaware attacking zone faceoff with 11:46 remaining in the first period. Still scoreless. From Philadelphia. Caleb White, our Philadelphia videographer. Behind the scenes with us here on the Delaware Hockey Network tonight, our production assistant is the stat man, Eli Swope, with all the facts and figures. Tip of the hat to the rest of the crew behind the scenes for making the Delaware Hockey Network and the 412 everything that it's become in the past now 8 years. Can you believe it? 8.5 gone from Philly. Long shot from Berg, blocked. Follow-up, Mahoney skied into the back netting and out.
I have shot 6-2.
shot 6-2 in favor of Delaware here as we near the 9-minute mark of the first period. Third line on for the Blue Hens, Cody Diaz. In for the draw, and Goose holds the line. DeBolt, a 7th shot from the near half wall, stick down and away by Nocerino. Coughlin tried to snipe one top corner after cutting into the slot, but that ricocheted off the back glass and ultimately rolled out of play. Planning for retirement doesn't just happen overnight. For 35 years and counting, Limestone Pension Associates has helped small businesses craft and administer pension plans for their workforces. Learn more at limestonepension.net. Coming to halfway in the first period, we've yet to see either lamp lit. Goose, Panapresso, stepping up to the dot, crashing in. Trying to jam the puck home on the doorstep was DeBolt, locked out by Nocerino. The other way, Sambuco's cross-ice pass to Kazitsky was blocked down. Goose, DeBolt, no, off their post! Woo! Nearly the first goal of the game, but Steve Capriati said that bounced off the crossbar and forward. Adam Lazine to Kazitsky. Stretch pass up the left wing boards. Kazitsky circling behind the net. This is frozen by Snellenberg, and Charlie Van Kula signals a slash with 10 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the first period. So Goose off for slashing at 9:46 in the first. A Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill coming up for the Blue Hens. And another look at this chance to bolt scoring opportunity, which ricocheted off the crossbar and away. Schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 27, Noah Goose. 2 minutes for slashing. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes, 46 seconds in the first period. Goose, 2 for slashing at 9:46. Another Snellenberg save directed over the glass and out. Early Infanger, Burke, and Panapresso kicking off this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill and sending the puck well up ice. Ryan Sambuco at center. Put on the brakes to try to draw Doshin out of position, but he turns it over off a failed cross-ice pass early. Tried to shoot one from the top of the left circle, but was well wide on his attempt. Here he delivers a hit to Genovese, who completed the pass ahead to Jacobs. Cross-ice feed, Harris from the top of the right circle. Caught and held by Snellenberg with 9:19 to go in the first. Another look on the 4-1-2 Communications instant replay. Matt Harris taking aim from 35 feet at a clear shot lane. But Jacob Snellenberg had a clean look at that just the same and responded for the save. Genovese to Burkon. Burkon hassled by Doshin. Shot was blocked by Straubinger. Burkon gets the puck back at the near point. Cross-ice pass. Genovese threw one in. Snellenberg crossing to the near post. Sealing off the corner before Lazine could get stick on puck in close. 33 seconds remaining on this Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. The Burkon shot from distance. Deflected away by Snellenberg, and as he tried to hug that near post, he ended up pushing it off its moorings, and we've got a pause in action. 8:40 to go in the first period of what stands a scoreless hockey game. 26 seconds left on the Goose penalty. And Anton Kazitsky walking the line near side, pinched behind the cage by Riley Donor. This flipped in by Harris, intercepted by Donor hanging close to home. 2-on-2 for the shorthanded Hens. Donor's shot into the Nocerino glove, and he holds for a break in play. With 8:22 to go in the first period, just 8 seconds remaining on the Goose slashing minor. The face-off coming to the right of Ryan Nocerino. Pair of top-line forwards on for the attacking zone draw. Berg pulled back into neutral territory after the Mahoney face-off win. Goose heads on. Hens are back to full strength. Mahoney turned the puck over at the Drexel blue line to Eto. This is sent up the middle by Carver. Walked in up the left wing boards by Todorov as Tuozo held the line to ensure the onside entry just beyond the 12-minute mark of a scoreless first period. Eric Mark tips the puck back. Tuozo, forced into the neutral zone, recovers for the Dragons. Mark played a heavy hit on Todorov, and this is called offside. 7:41 to go in the first period. Neutral zone face-off coming up. Just to the right of the Delaware bench from the Blue Hens' perspective. Genovese and Mahoney. Mahoney winning the face-off for the Blue Hens. And Riley Donor pulls back into his own zone. He tried to stretch one ahead to Tracy, but that pass off its target, swatted out of harm's way for the Dragons by Doyle. Mahoney stood up at the Drexel blue line. This driven in by Anton Kazitsky the other way. Puck caroms behind the net towards Sambuco, who tried to play it in close to alternate captain Barrett Genovese, but it was taken away by Donor. Lazine. Kazitsky up the left boards. Off the cross ice feed. Checked off the puck by Burke. Sambuco couldn't protect. Mikolas barely held the point, but he gave the puck away. And Mahoney hustles off as the low Doshin Guido line head on. Brady Burke, former Philadelphia Little Flyer in the Eastern Hockey League, carried the puck mid-zone Drexel side. Now it's recovered by former Team Marylander Noah Goose. Drop pass Guido. This called offside by Nathan Clack, and we've got a pause with 6:25 to go in a scoreless as yet first period in downtown Philadelphia. Make a truly all-American meal the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware. Open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch, or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Nearing the 14-minute juncture from Class of 1923 Arena, and a hearty hello to all of you joining us on the Delaware Hockey Network for what's been a scoreless back-and-forth hockey game so far. Luke Doshin behind his own net. Played the puck to Panapresso. This is carried up the left wing boards by Guido, but a Burkhan poke check slows him up just inside the line. Lowe takes an open ice hit from Todorov, separating him from the puck. This leads to a 2-on-2 Drexel counterattack. Drop pass from Eto led to a Harris shot right into the Snellenberg pads. The follow-up goes up into the netting and out of play, and we've got some Thursday night fireworks in the making. After the play, as Steve Capriotti has to get between Burkhan and Doshin. Burkhan headed off for a trip. First Delaware Sports Medicine power play of the night. for the Blue Hens. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities, promoting health and wellness. Visit desportsmed.com. Turkey's on the table for the Blue Hens. Up a man for the first time tonight, but Riley Donor's forced back to his own line to recover under forechecking pressure from Tuozo. The Drexel penalty was assessed to number 11, Ben Burkon. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 34 seconds in the first period. Burkon 2 for tripping at 14:34. Final 5 minutes of the first period of a scoreless game. Rodriguez looking to change it. Had 2 goals last weekend. Shot from the top of the near circle, deflected away by Carver. Donor across the line. Guido. Here's Diaz shooting. No, Sereno says no, sir. Solid puck movement from the Blue Hens on the man advantage. But Ryan Nocerino doing what Ryan Nocerino does, as we see it again on the 4-1-2 comms instant replay. Great chance off the centering feed for Cody Diaz to get the Hens on the board. But Ryan Nocerino answers the call once again. Rodriguez off the dot-to-dot pass. Nocerino with the stick save, and he freezes this time to bring play to a halt with 4:27 to go in the first period. Hens peppering Nocerino with vulcanized rubber in the first half of this power play. But the Drexel netminder coming up with all the answers so far. Doshin, DeBolt, and Guido leading the second unit with Straubinger and Berg completing the complement of power play skaters for the Hens on their second unit. Guido, slap shot, blocked in close, and taking that pretty badly was Genovese. He hobbles back to the bench. The Dragons clear, and Berg recovers a skittering puck behind his own goal as we enter the final 4 minutes of the first period. Dominic Guido through traffic, steered to the far corner by Carver, still got the shot away. Nocerino looked to get a piece of it. Puck rolls all the way back into the Delaware end, where the Angelino Danny Berg steadies. 10 to go on the Burkon penalty. 3.5 to go in the first period. No score from class of 1923 arena on the campus of the University of Pennsylvania. This barn shared by the Penn and Drexel hockey teams, along with the Snyder Hockey Youth Organization. So a hub of youth and collegiate hockey here in Philadelphia. And certainly one of our favorite road barns here on the Delaware Hockey Network. LM Ruel, bodied down by Harrison open ice. Jacobs picks up the loose puck. Burke with good gap control, blocking the passing lane as Mudrick tried to crash the net. LM Ruel recovers the puck, and he comes. No, Burke was offside. 2:45 to go in the first period, and an offside against the Hens will set up a neutral zone draw. Not the first timing issue the Hens have had on zone entries tonight. About the third offside of theirs, born of a timing issue, as was the case. Rodriguez tried to set up Mahoney in the slot. Puck was deflected over the glass and out. With 2.5 to go in the first. This stays inside, says linesman Lathan Clack. Tracy and Genovese taking the near side draw. Burke could not hold the point. Barrett Genovese Leaves this to Sambuco, but he couldn't reel in the biscuit for the one-on-one across from Donor. Burke recovers. Brady Burke pulls behind his own goal. He throws the puck toward Rodriguez, but he was double-teamed. And this is called offside the other way against the Dragons. So with 2:10 to go in the first period, the face-off will take place right in front of the 412 Communications press box. Barrett Genovese joined now by Cody Diaz, who's been a big component of Delaware's third line, 7 goals and 6 helpers in 23 games played so far this season. Genovese slowed up by the reaching stick of Panapresso. Stayed with the play. He was pushed to the corner by Diaz. Couldn't get a shot away cleanly from an awkward angle. Sambuco off the feed from Kazitsky. Glove save, Snellenberg. Snelly flashes the leather. This worth another look. Ryan Sambuco, one of the key components of this awfully dangerous Drexel second line. Taking aim from the top of the near circle, but Jacob Snellenberg coming up with the answer to keep this game scoreless. 2-on-2 for the Hens. Coughlin and DeBolt. Coughlin bobbled the puck. He was angled by Lazine to the far wall, so he plays the carom shot in low. Panapresso steps up. DeBolt on the doorstep. Puck bounces in front. Trying to reel it in. Luke Panapresso couldn't finish. Goose protecting for the Hens. 75 seconds to go in the first period. DeBolt with a rifle from the top of the left circle. Wide off his target. Coughlin tried to slam one in from the high slot, but his shot was deflected off a Drexel skate in the high slot. Harris floats. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Panapresso volleys back the other direction. Lazine pursued by Diaz. Leaves this off for Brady Doyle near corner. Tipped up the near boards by leading Drexel scorer Jimmy Jacobs. Berg recovers at his line. Straubinger. This was tipped by Lowe. It appeared from here, but linesman Sammy Chauvin says otherwise, and this will come back and icing. 40 to go in the first period. D-zone draw coming for the Blue Hens. Ryan Sambuco and Dominic Guido. Meeting to the right of Jacob Snellenberg. And the Hens failed to carom the puck out of their own end as Satoru Eto held the right point for the Dragons. Sambuco's shot off the feed back from Kazitsky rang off the back of the goal frame, and here's Luke Doshin working up the left wing boards. 3-on-3 Delaware attack. Guido off the headman pass, tried to set up Lowe on the welcome mat. Berg held the point. Lowe shot. Guido blocked down. No Sereno. Corrals an airborne puck, and he hangs on with just 10 seconds to go in the first period. And the fireworks continue as Sambuco and Guido have to be separated by linespeople Sammy Chauvin and Nathan Clack. Faceoff's going to stay inside. Genovese winning the draw across from Mahoney. Todorov was stood up. Final 2 seconds. Rodriguez recovers the puck. He flips this up ice, and through 20, we are scoreless. At the end of the first period, there is no score between the Delaware Blue Hens and the Drexel Dragons. Back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the first intermission.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside class of 1923 arena, right in the heart of downtown Philadelphia. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box. Caleb White, Eli Swope, the rest of our on-site crew. Glad to have all of you with us from wherever you may be here on the Delaware Hockey Network, where through 20 minutes of hockey, no score as yet between the Delaware Blue Hens and the Drexel University Dragons in their first of two meetings this season. Shots 15-9 in Delaware's favor through the first 20. Teams change ends here in the second period with the Blue Hens moving from our right to our left. In their away blue kits, gold sleeves. Drexel in their home whites, moving left to right as Barrett Genovese and Tanner Mahoney kick off the second period, with Mahoney winning that draw and Danny Berg trying to hit Rodriguez on a stretch pass through neutral ice. Rodriguez staying with the play. Tried to set up on the doorstep Tanner Mahoney. Rather, that was Tommy Tracy coming in from the right wing. But his net front redirect goes up over the glass and out of play just 15 seconds into the second period. So the centers meet again to the left of Ryan Nocerino, who saved all 15 Delaware shots that he faced in the first 20 minutes. Rodriguez takes a check from Genovese. This is cleared by Burkon. Back deep into the Delaware end. Icing waved off by linesperson Nathan Clack. He and Sammy Chauvin, the lines people tonight. Charlie Van Kula and Steve Capriotti are tonight's referees. Delaware goal! Net front set up to Tanner Mahoney, and he strikes 43 seconds into the second period to give the Hens the early lead. So the Hens strike first. Tanner Mahoney potting his 17th goal of the season. Off the cross ice setup, rather off the net front setup from Ryan Rodriguez. To beat Ryan Nocerino. And put the Hens on the board first. This started deep in the Delaware zone. But it's officially going to be credited Mahoney from Rodriguez. But here comes Harris back the other way, beating Panapresso, circling wraparound. Snellenberg shuts him out. Delaware Blue Hens goal, 17th of the season, scored by number 36, Tanner Mahoney. Assisted by number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. Time of the goal, 43 seconds in the second period. Mahoney's 17th from Rodriguez at 43 seconds. This goes out of play with just under 3 minutes in the books in the second period. And the face-off's going to end up in the Drexel zone. By the looks of things, not a puck out of play, but an icing. As the Hens were given the option of which side to take this face-off on. LM Ruel back to center. Floats the puck in. Early blocked it down for the Hens to protect territory. Infanger couldn't hold the point. Jacobs overpowers him, but he's driven into the near wall by an early shoulder check. Just past 3 minutes gone in second period play from class of 1923 arena. Straubinger holds his ground in the near corner in a battle for the puck across from William Mikolas. But it ends up now tied up by Burkhan and Infanger in the far corner. Mikolas recovers. Sambuco could not reel in the breakout pass. This is skated toward by Donor in the near corner. But called back an icing by Nathan Clack with 16:24 to go in the second. Looking at what's on tap on the Delaware Hockey Network. For the Blue Hens men's Division I team, after their weekend trip to Stony Brook, they'll be home for a 4-game homestand, January 24 and 25 against Syracuse, January 31 and Feb 1 against Rhode Island. We'll have it all right here on the 412. This will come back an icing against the Blue Hens. 4 minutes and 7 seconds into the second period. Upcoming Drexel games on the DHN. February 8th against New York University. And then the regular season finale against these Delaware Blue Hens on February 16th. A month from tonight. Puck deflected into the Delaware bench area, out of play with 15:34 to go in the second. The faceoff will remain in the Delaware zone to the right of Jacob Snellenberg, who stopped all 9 first period shots that he faced. Todorov and Diaz take the draw to the right of Snellenberg. Cade Coughlin clears. No icing, says Nathan Clack. And this is recovered by Drexel's Adam Lazine, wearing number 5 this year. Wore number 24 last year, and now number 24, Brady Doyle, fails to clear as DeBolt gloves the puck down 20 feet inside the Drexel line. Thrown deep by Coughlin. Diaz hassled in the far corner by Lazine. Adam Lazine kicks the puck forward, and it's cleared by Tuozo back to center. DeBolt recovers and drives this back in behind the Drexel goal, where No Sereno is forced behind the cage to steady. Panapresso steps up, gains the center line before letting one go from distance. Cade Coughlin.
Doors closing.
Gonna go off 5:18 into the second. Interference, the call from Capriotti. And the result, a Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill for the Blue Hens. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 20, Cade Coughlin. 2 minutes for interference. Time of the penalty, 5 minutes, 18 seconds in the second period. Coughlin 2 for interference at 5:18. Sambuco held the line. Puck deflected into the back netting. Off a Drexel stick, but this is going to stay inside, says Chauvin. Harris, Kazitsky, Sambuco, Jacobs, and Mudrick. The quintet of Dragon skaters on this power play. Burt, Goose, Doshin, and Early. The Iron Diamond for the Delaware Blue Hens. 6 minutes have elapsed here in the second period. Delaware with a 1-0 lead thanks to Tanner Mahoney's goal 43 seconds into this second period. Took the Hens 16 shots, make it 17 shots to get there. But they got one past Nocerino to establish the lead. Jacobs to Sambuco on the re-entry. Drop pass, Anton Kazitsky, shot was blocked. Race for the loose puck just in front of the Delaware bench, and Diaz skates this beyond center. He puts on the brakes just above the blue line before flipping the puck into the atmosphere, and it bounces in the near corner where Doshin kept the pressure on Sambuco. Back this comes to the Delaware blue line. Driven by Panapresso. Off the D-to-D feed from Straubinger. Up the far boards, and once again, in behind the Dragons' goal. This is Barrett Genovese shooting between rivals. Puck bounces wide of the near post off the back boards. And again, the shorthanded Hens clear as the final seconds of the Coughlin penalty tick away. Coughlin is on. He rushes to his bench, 85 feet away. And Tracy's on to take his place, joining Mahoney and Rodriguez. Meanwhile, Panapresso trying to clear, but surrounded by white sweaters, Genovese and Baccarin. Battling for the puck behind the Delaware goal. Hens do clear ultimately as we near the 8-minute mark of the second period. West Coast time slot for this game. It doesn't sound as bad when we say start time is 6:45, but that's Pacific time. Burkon from distance. Catching and holding for the pause in play was Jacob Snellenberg with exactly 8 minutes elapsed in the second period of a 1-0 game. Advantage Blue Hens. Friends, if you're like me, healthy living is important, and Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help you and your family stay healthy at home with periodic sanitization and disinfecting of your trash and recycling bins. Schedule your first cleaning today at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. This is called offside with 11:54 to go in the second. Doshin pursues. Carver to Eto. Puck tipped by Mudrick. Back deep into the Delaware zone. Failed clearing attempt, and a Harris shot from the top of the right circle was turned aside by the outstretched right leg of Jacob Snellenberg. Here come the Hens in numbers 3-on-1 if they hurry low. Doshin shot! Tipped by Nocerino into the back glass. Mudrick to Harris the other way. Stood up at the line by Donor, but Harris protecting for Drexel. The Drexel bench's arms all popped up at once, but Steve Capriati's did not, so we continue on unabated, 5 aside. Lowe leads the Delaware re-entry, but he's outnumbered together with Doshin working together up the far and near boards respectively. LM Ruel holding the point, piecemeal change for the Hens. Nearing halfway in this 1-0 hockey game from downtown Philadelphia, and Jimmy Jacobs pushes the puck back to center where Eric Mark recovers for Delaware. Doyle through traffic, this is going to be an icing. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, between your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital, web, you name it. East Coast, West Coast, everywhere in between, the 412 team will put their 40-plus years of experience to work for you. Want to know more? Head to 412communications.com. Mark from downtown, Ruel, net front, was double-teamed, couldn't get stick on puck. Early, bobbled at the point. He tried to walk in. Stick was knocked out of his hands by Todorov, who stood him up away from the play. The Hens won a call on Todorov after initiating contact with Early away from the play. And things are getting a little bit chippy here, friends, as we reach halfway on Thursday night in Philadelphia. Early's stick being returned to him by Tommy Tracy. Meanwhile, we start things up again to the left of Jacob Snellenberg. Quick save off the draw. Genovese and Diaz do it again. Cody Diaz winning this time. And the Blue Hens driving back on the offensive. Noah Goose. Drop pass to Diaz. Opening fire from 45 feet. No Serino with the save. DeBolt could not control the rebound for the second chance opportunity. Drexel barely onside, coming back. Anton Kazitsky couldn't get past Diaz mid-zone. He turns the puck over. Cade Coughlin dodges an open ice check from Sambuco. He bobbles the puck, which Genovese corrals for the Dragons. The Diaz stretch pass missed its mark altogether, and this will come back an icing with 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second period. Delaware 1, Drexel 0. In this Thursday night rivalry matchup. A rare Thursday night game in ACHA competition. Blue Hens will have tomorrow off before traveling to Stony Brook for a Saturday-Sunday set. And then they'll be home for 4 in a row. Hosting the Syracuse Orange and the Rams of the University of Rhode Island. Rodriguez locked out by No Serino. He puts back the rebound. It's 2-0 Delaware. Ryan Rodriguez gets one for himself. And the Hens have doubled up the Dragons. .11:15 into the second. And Rodriguez getting his 18th of the year makes this a 2-0 hockey game. Tracy off the feed from Straubinger. Stripped of the puck. And Berg returns behind his own goal to recover. Delaware Blue Hens goal, 18th of the season. Scored by number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. Assisted by number 26, Luke Panapresso. and number 28, Tommy Tracy. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 15 seconds in the second period. Rodriguez is 18th from Panapresso and Tracy at 11:15. Donor walking the line as we come to the final 7 minutes of the second. That is Blue Hens up 2-0 over the Drexel Dragons, and the Hens will get an opportunity to make it 3 as the Dragons are going to head to the PK. Burkhan making his second walk of shame. Issued a cross-checking minor at 13:01. And it's back to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities, promoting health and wellness. Head to desportsmed.com. Mahoney winning the draw, Donor holding the line. Tracy, Diaz, Donor. Shot blocked and cleared by Mikolas. The Drexel penalty was assessed to number 11, Ben Burkhan. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 13 minutes, 1 second in the second period. Burkhan 2 for cross-checking at 13:01. Tracy around the horn to Donor. Back it comes to Tommy Tracy inside the line. Shot! Blocked down by Nocerino. Diaz kept the puck in front of him but couldn't reel it in for the rebound chance. Donor faked the one-timer. Back this comes to Tommy Tracy. Donor, one-timer, far circle. Rodriguez was wide. Tracy steps up to the dot. Swatted in by Diaz in low, crashing the net. Tracy unable to establish net front position. Rodriguez protecting in the far corner, plays this high to Diaz. Cody Diaz getting it back from Donor, shot from 40 feet. That chance stick checked away by Eisler. Eisler on together with Tuozo, Carver, and Mikolas on this penalty kill for the Dragons as we come to the final 33 seconds of the Delaware man advantage. Hens are going to go off what appears for a high stick.
Doors closing.
So we'll be 4-on-4 for the next 24 seconds as Rodriguez takes a seat. And then Delaware will head to the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill for 96 seconds. Sambuco, Kazitsky, Lazine, and Doyle on for the Dragons as they'll head to a back-end power play here shortly. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. 2 minutes for high sticking. Time of the penalty, 14 minutes, 37 seconds in the second period. Rodriguez, 2 for high sticking at 14:37. Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill beginning right now for the Blue Hens. As the puck is tied up in the far corner of the Drexel zone. Walked in by Berg, backhand. Saying no again was Ryan Nocerino. And recovering the rebound, Brady Doyle leaves this to Kazitsky. Advance to Matty Harris up the right wing boards, and he comes. Harris flips the puck to Kazitsky, who's trapped in the near corner by Straubinger. Puck was knocked loose. Jacobs leaves it once again to Harris. Shot from Lazine from just inside the line. Sticked away by Snellenberg, who's making his 4th appearance for the Hens between the pipes within a 6.5-day span. So Snellenberg doing some heavy lifting, backstopping the Hens to wins on both Friday and Sunday, and then coming in relief mid-game on Saturday in what was a 7-2 loss to Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Hens leaving that series bruised and battered and then some. In what was some of the most slapshot-esque hockey we've seen on the Delaware Hockey Network since our inception. Delaware not looking much the worse for wear, though, here tonight. Nursing a 2-0 lead here in the pre-antepenultimate minute of the second period. Jacobs' shot in the slot was blocked by Early. Genovese brings the puck down, working the left wing boards. Hens back to full strength as Early stands up Genovese, center point. Burke clears. And this will be called an icing. Friends, if you're a competitive athlete like these gentlemen or a weekend warrior like me, whatever the case might be, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. And with years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family to promote and work toward health and wellness all around. DESportsmed.com is the place to go to learn more. 2:45 left in the second period from class of 1923 arena, and Noah Goose advances this puck up the left wing boards to fellow Team Maryland alumnus Tommy Tracy. It is swatted away by No Sereno around the near corners. Baccarin works this ahead to Mikolas. 2-on-2 for the Dragons. William Mikolas steered by Panapresso into the near corner boards. Trying to get one in net front was Eric Eisler. But the puck sailed off the toe of his stick and now is walked by Tracy back the other direction. Panapresso holding the line, shooting off the post following the No Sereno save. And Mahoney's driven into the near corner boards. Racing for the rebound, Tracy tries to dig it free, but it's protected by Todorov. Final 2 minutes in the second period of a 2-0 game. Pietro Baccarin floats the puck across far side. Eric Eisler takes an open ice hit from the Calgary, Alberta native, Cade Coughlin, and the Hens recover in their own zone. Coming to the final 100 seconds of the second period from beautiful class of 1923 arena. Those renovations a few years ago certainly have made this barn absolutely sparkle. A grand old dame in the middle of downtown Philadelphia, and Jimmy Jacobs gets the Dragons on the board. Jacobs goes net front. He beats Snellenberg. And the Delaware lead is cut to 1. For Jacobs, that's his 17th. Of the season. And Mudrick is credited with the lone assist. Drexel Dragons goal. His 17th of the season. Scored by number 18, Jimmy Jacobs. Assisted by number 20, Evan Mudrick. Time of the goal, 18 minutes, 34 seconds in the second period. Jacobs, his 17th of the season from Mudrick at 18:34. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Jacobs again, centering to Matty Harris. He's steered by Berg toward the corner, and Harris collides with the net, dislodges it, and we have a pause in play. 50 to go in the second period. This is going to come back into the neutral zone after Harris initiated contact with the net. He was not pushed into the net. So a neutral zone face-off is coming up. Genovese and Guido taking the neutral zone draw right in front of the Delaware bench, and Riley Donor floats this up the near boards, tipped by the Coloradan Luke Doshin. Into the near corner, Lowe tried to line up a hip check on Lazine to separate him from the puck, but the Dragons protect and clear. Kazitsky turned this back to center. And now Doyle behind his own net leaves us to Anton Kazitsky again, taking a punishing blow at the far boards from Luke Doshin, but completing the breakout pass to Sambuco. Sambuco stripped to the biscuit by Brady Burke. Up the middle he comes, drop pass, low shot, caught and held by Nocerino, and here we go again. Eight seconds remaining in the second period. And Luke Doshin taking exception to Anton Kazitsky. And we'll see what's meted out here in the closing seconds of the second. Looks like Kazitsky's going to be the only one to go. We'll get word from downstairs momentarily. This at 19:51 in the second period. And it looks like the Hens will be headed back to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play, as Anton Kazitsky was the only one to come to the penalty box, unless there's more. Minor for roughing against Anton. Delaware Sports Medicine power play time for the Blue Hens. DESportsmed.com. The Drexel penalty was assessed to number 28, Anton Kazitsky, 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 19 minutes, 51 seconds of the second period. Kazitsky 2 for roughing at 19:51. And that will do it for the second period. Through 40 minutes, the score, Delaware Blue Hens 2, Drexel Dragons 1. Back on the Delaware Hockey Network following the second intermission. Delaware 2, Drexel 1.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more. Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site, 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
After a scoreless first 20 minutes, the floodgates opened in the second. 2 Delaware goals, answered by 1 from the Drexel Dragons in the closing 86 seconds of the period. Here's a look back at them on the 412 Communications instant replay. Tanner Mahoney, 43 seconds into the first, putting the Blue Hens on the board. And then it was Ryan Rodriguez off his own rebound, beating Ryan Nocerino to make it 2-0. 86 seconds into the second, or 86 seconds to go in the second period. A D-zone turnover from the Delaware Blue Hens led to Jimmy Jacobs potting his 17th of the season. And that brought the Drexel Dragons back to within 1. Delaware starting this third period on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play. They've got a minute and a half to work with. Trying to cut toward the net was Tanner Mahoney, but he was slowed up by the reaching stick of Brady Doyle. So the Hens looking to extend their lead back to 2 as Ryan Rodriguez works the near corner. Diaz, cross-slot pass, tipped offline, the one-timer from Rodriguez, blocked by Doyle. Getting to this was Baccarin to clear. He and 2-0s of the forwards on this PK. Carver and Doyle holding down the back end. Baccarin sticking at Rodriguez, who tried to head man in the slot to Tanner Mahoney, but that pass didn't connect. Diaz to Tracy. 40 seconds to go on this Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens. Long shot from Donor. Blocked forward by Nocerino. Neither Mahoney nor Diaz could finish on the rebound with open net to work with. Kick save denying Mahoney. Diaz tried to put one on a tee for Mahoney after Nocerino had lunged out of the crease to make the initial save. Another degree, and that pass would have been on target. Berg led the re-entry. Lowe shovels the puck from the mid-slot off the backboards. Play is halted as Nocerino's mask falls off. An automatic stoppage in play. Player safety, of course, of paramount importance. Ryan's going to regather his wares. He's ready to roll. So are Guido and Mudrick as we come to the final seconds of the Kozycki roughing minor, which the Dragons killed off in full. Long shot from Shane Straubinger at center. Was sticked by Nocerino over the near glass and out, but the shot originated from the far half of the rink, so the face-off will be spotted by Nathan Clack to the right of Ryan Nocerino, who has stopped 22 of 24 Delaware shots through the first 2 periods. And the Hens make it 3-1. Andrew Lowe potting his second of the year. Delaware goes back up to a 2-goal lead. Low from Guido. At the 2:10 mark of the third. And it's now a 3-1 hockey game. A little bit of breathing room for the Blue Hens. From class of 1923 arena, and Maddie Harris is denied by a Snellenberg's kick save. Goose takes a check. He's separated from the puck, 2-on-2, coming the other way, led by Adam Lazine. Lazine right down the pipe, and Snellenberg holds on. Delaware goal, second of the season, scored by number 17, Andrew Lowe. Assisted by number 38, Dominic Guido. Time of the goal, 2 minutes, 10 seconds in the third period. Lowe's second from Guido at 2:10. Hens looking for a fourth. Early led the fast break up the right wing boards. This comes back to Kazitsky. Near side, centering pass. Too hard for Sambuco to handle. Infanger plays the body on him at the half wall. Walking in, Genovese could not get past Snellenberg. 200 seconds gone of the third period. Infanger leads the 2-on-2 Delaware attack. Ellen Ruel pursuing the puck, landed awkwardly in the corner. And a trip is signaled by Steve Capriotti with 3:29 gone in period number 3. Beto is off for a trip. And the Blue Hens are back to the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. Learn more at desportsmed.com. The Drexel penalty was assessed to number 12, Satoru Eto. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes, 29 seconds in the third period. Eto 2 for tripping at 3:29. Easy fourth Delaware goal. Connecting on the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play. And the second of the night for Tanner Mahoney. Just 14 seconds into the Delaware Sports Medicine Power Play, and the Hens get their fourth. Delaware goal, 18th of the season, second of the game, scored by number 36, Tanner Mahoney. Assisted by number 37, Cody Diaz, and number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. Time of the power play goal, 3 minutes, 53 seconds in the third period. Mahoney's 18th, second of the game. Assisted by Diaz and Rodriguez at 3:53, a power play goal. And the tables turn with Mahoney ruled off. And just 28 seconds after going up 3, the Blue Hens find themselves on the Delaware trash can cleaning penalty kill. Again, schedule your first cleaning at DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com. Delaware penalty was assessed to number 36, Tanner Mahoney. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 4 minutes, 18 seconds in the third period. Mahoney, 2 for roughing at 4:18. Snellenberg coming up with a couple rapid-fire saves. Face-off migrates now to his right with 4.5 minutes in the books in the third period of this 4-1 hockey game. Todorov held the point. Burkon, shot from center point, puck was tipped in net front traffic. And over the corner glass, out of play with 15:08 remaining in regulation. Cade Coughlin in for the draw across from captain Matty Harris. Mudrick crashing the net. Couldn't get stick on puck, and he was directed by Panapresso behind the cage. Coughlin 1-on-2. Shot from 40 feet, ricocheted off the backboards. The Albertan couldn't reel in his own rebound. It's brought back up ice by Ryan Sambuco of Drexel. Mudrick takes a shoulder into the far boards from Panapresso, and Doshin launches this clear. Unable to reel it in at the blue line was Coughlin. He heads off for a change. Infanger and Early, the forwards on this PK now for the Hens. 50 seconds remaining on the roughing minor to Tanner Mahoney, who's got 2 goals already for the Blue Hens. Early behind the net, pursuing the puck. Mudrick wants a call. Vancouver with very little sympathy. Final 30. Mudrick to Kazitsky, accelerating up the left wing boards beyond the reach of Early, but he's met by Straubinger. Centering pass, the shot from just inside the right dot, and Matt Harris ricocheted off the post. Burkon tried to set up Harris, waiting on the doorstep. He couldn't connect that pass. Back this comes to Burkon. Through the slot, Kazitsky trying to reel in a loose puck, but he stood up on the welcome mat by Luke Panapresso. A strengthening defensive presence for this Blue Hens team. The last few games we've seen from Luke, he has really been putting it together. A true freshman coming right into college hockey out of high school, and he has been nothing but impressive, especially his last 4 games. 6.5 minutes gone in the third period. Snellenberg shovels the puck beyond the reach of Baccarin. Mahoney clears. Tracy enters up the right wing boards off the breakout. Mahoney, Rodriguez, shot, no Sereno glove save. And Burkon just took a swipe at Tracy after the whistle. .13:07 remaining in a 4-1 game. The Blue Hens starting to edge away from Drexel. Mahoney's going to be ruled out by Clack. Rodriguez in to take his place across from Mudrick. Puck rings to the near point where Jacobs clears for the Dragons. Tracy hustles back to center, but he drives the puck back in behind the Drexel goal. Adam Lazine to Doyle. Diagonal stretch pass beyond the reach of Jacobs. Right into Snellenberg's office. He was forced to play the puck. 20 saves on 21 shots so far for Snelly. And with 12.5 minutes to go, his Blue Hens have a convincing 4-1 lead. Doyle avoids a check. He finds Matty Harris on the breakout. Mudrick and Jacobs crashing the net with him. Hand pass signaled by Vancouver. And plays halted with 12:12 to go in regulation. Was it a hand pass? Looks like it against Delaware. The Carver shot from the point squared up for and saved by Snellenberg despite being screened. Guido the other way. Slap shot, blockered over the glass and out by Ryan Nocerino. With 12 minutes to go in regulation in this 4-1 game. Hens unable to take advantage of the attacking zone faceoff. Doshin converges with Carver in the near corner. Eto plays this up the far side. Sambuco unable to get past Guido. Lowe gloves the puck down, throws it in from center point. It's sticked by Carver back up the right wing boards and beyond center. Brady Burke with time and space. Couldn't ricochet the puck beyond the reach of Eto toward Doshin. Satoru Etu blocked it down. Lowe recovers on his way back toward the bench. He gains center and he dumps in behind the Drexel goal. Eto and Todorov playing the body on Doshin, removing the puck from him. It's tied up now in the far corner. Nikolai Todorov looking for space. He nearly found it near side. Kaczynski swarmed by Diaz. Forced to turn the puck over. We are 9 minutes into the third period from class of 1923 arena. Noah Goose still looking for his first collegiate goal. That shot from the half wall. Waffle boarded up and away by Nocerino. Eto clears. And this will be an icing. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long are committed to providing empathetic and compassionate legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. To schedule a free consultation, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Too many players on the ice, says Steve Capriotti. Kaczynski played the puck prematurely amid the change. And it's off to the Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens once again. DESportsmed.com, the place to go. Drexel penalty, bench minor, too many players on the ice. Time of the penalty, 9 minutes, 29 seconds in the third period. Drexel bench minor, too many players on the ice at 9:29. Donor inside the line. Slap shot from Tracy was blocked. Genovese takes this away and he wobbles the puck clear. 2-on-1 for the Dragons if they hurry. Lazine slowed up by the reaching stick of Riley Donor. Couldn't complete the centering pass to Eisler, who headed toward the cage. Mahoney the other direction to Dominic Guido. Drop pass to the left half wall and Ryan Rodriguez. Guido working below the net. Mahoney tried to tip one in for the hat trick. This is covered by Nocerino, and we've got ourselves a scrum net front with 9:34 to go in a 4-1 hockey game. Advantage Blue Hens. Another look at Nocerino scrambling to screech play to a halt. And the face-off will come to his right here with 9:34 to go in the contest. (11:40 p.m. local time here in Philadelphia. 8:40 LA time sounds a lot better. And then for our friends joining us from Calgary, Alberta and Parker, Colorado, 9:40 not all that bad. And wherever you may be tonight, we're glad to have you with us on the Delaware Hockey Network as part of our worldwide audience here on the 412. Berg's shot off the Straubinger setup was deflected wide. Berg holding the line again. 16 to go on the man advantage. DeBolt to Doshin. Guido. Guido steps up, rings one off the post from just above the dot. Todorov swats this forward to Tuozo, who clears, and the Dragons are back to full strength. 8.5 minutes to go. The Berg redirect was offline. Genovese up the left dot, slowed up by Infanger's reaching stick. Here's Sambuco walking back in the rest of the way. Centering pass, Kazitsky scores. Anton Kazitsky buries his 11th. And it's a 4-2 hockey game. Watching it again, Sambuco put one on a tee net front for Anton Kazitsky. That two-headed monster on the second line of Kazitsky and Sambuco striking again. And now we've got a 4-2 hockey game. Drexel Dragons goal, 11th of the season, scored by number 28, Anton Kazitsky. Assisted by number 29, Ryan Sambuco, and number 9, Barrett Genovese. Time of the goal, 11 minutes, 55 seconds in the third period. And they get another. Genovese this time. Finding the back of the Delaware net. Thrown in from the point. And tipped in by Barrett Genovese for his 5th. At the 12:18 mark of the third, so we've got a 1-goal game. Recapping Drexel's second goal by rule, Kazitsky's 11th from Sambuco and Genovese at 11:55. Drexel's third goal was the 5th of the season, scored by number 9, Barrett Genovese, assisted by Sambuco and Kazitsky at 12:18 in the third period. Again, Genovese's 5th from Ryan Sambuco, number 29, and Anton Kazitsky, number 28. That coming at 12:18 in the third period. So the particulars for everyone watching at home: Genovese from Sambuco and Kazitsky. There you see it in the top left corner of your TV. Final 7 minutes of regulation, and the Drexel Dragons, with a pair of rapid-fire goals, all of a sudden have made this awfully interesting. Kazitsky confronted by Guido in the near corner. Burkhan holds the point for the Dragons. He throws the puck diagonally off the far corner boards. It's picked up by Donor. He can't carom it clear. It's hacked up the near wall by Andrew Lowe. Genovese brings this down inside his line. Lowe could not hold the zone. Burke pulls back up the middle to Cody Diaz. Diaz shooting, blockered away by Nocerino. Final 6 minutes from Philadelphia. Under duress, Lowe tried to center to Diaz, but he's hassled by Jacobs. Diaz holding the point. puts one on net from 50 feet. Another Nocerino blocker save, and this is cleared as far as the Delaware blue line by Lazine, where Goose turned it back up ice. Low tried to split defenders. He gave the puck up to Evan Mudrick. Advanced by Jimmy Jacobs up the left wing boards off the breakout pass. Jacobs backhand shot. He tried to draw Snellenberg off his timing. Delayed offside signaled against the Dragons as Harris had to get back on his feet and tag up for play to resume from Drexel's perspective anyway. Goose to Diaz to Coughlin, pursued by DeBolt behind the net but steered out of his path by Nocerino. Crossing to the left point was Cody Diaz to protect the zone before heading off for a change. Final 5 minutes of regulation. Straubinger swats at the puck in the far corner but can't work it clear. Infanger takes his time, bounces this over the reaching stick of Mikolas before it's recovered at center, and Brady Doyle drives it back deep into the Delaware zone. Centering pass coming from Mikolas, tipped by Baccarin wide. Straubinger with 4.5 remaining, trying to nurse the clock a little bit. He couldn't set up DeBolt on the breakout, and this is going to come back and icing with 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go. And Delaware's 4-1 lead at one point cut down to a single goal thanks to tallies from Anton Kazitsky and Barrett Genovese. Broadcast schedule for the weekend will be up next. The Delaware Men's Division I team returns to the Delaware Hockey Network next weekend against Syracuse, and then they square off against Rhode Island the weekend after that. On the Drexel side of the red line, upcoming Delaware Hockey Network games for the Dragons include February 8th against New York University and February 16th at Delaware when the Dragons head to Fred Rust Arena for the Blue Hens Senior Night. Later on this weekend on the Delaware Hockey Network, the Delaware Men's Division II team hosting the Big Red of Denison. Game times Friday 8:30 p.m. and Saturday 3:45 p.m. all times Eastern. The Rodriguez shot after splitting defenders was turned aside by Nocerino. Rodriguez unable to set up Tracy on the slot. We're inside the final 4 minutes of regulation in a 4-3 game from class of 23. Donor works this around the horn. Delaware fans want to call. They're not going to get it as Lazine had collided with Tracy in the far corner. Donor again holds. Genovese gloves the puck down. Donor hustles on the back check as Tracy throws a hip check at Genovese at center to force the turnover. Donor tried to block a pass. The shot from Sambuco from the top of the right circle off its line. He had to hurry up as the pressure was mounting. 3:10 to go. Mahoney overskates the puck. Sambuco reels it in, but he's got to wait for Burkhan to tag up. He floats this in from center before heading off for a change. Brady Burke steadying in the near corner of his own end. Could not stretch one ahead up the middle to Dominic Guido. That pass blocked over the center logo by Burkhan. Now 2:45 to go from class of 23. Doshin and Burkhan scrap for the puck. It's backhanded by Harris. Back in over the Delaware blue line. Recovered by Burke. Advanced to Guido. Guido in a 1-on-3 almost. Tried to cut diagonally toward the net but lost the puck. Doshin's got it protected in the far corner. Low tries to pitch it free. Puck is knocked loose, but it's Matt Harris who gets to it for Drexel. Guido slows him up at the point. Low bodied off the path of the puck by Ben Burkhan. Here's a 3-on-2 odd man rush for the Dragons. The shot from Burkhan held on to for the pause by Jacob Snellenberg, and we've got a break in action with 2:08 remaining. Delaware's going to take their timeout with 128 seconds remaining. Timeout, Delaware. The Delaware Hockey Network is brought to you all season long by the law office of Heather A. Long, our presenting partner. And also by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. 412 Communications. Delaware Sports Medicine. Limestone Pension Associates. And Delaware Trash Can Cleaning. Two minutes and 8 seconds to go. And the extra attacker is on for the Dragons. Harris, Baccarin, Mudrick, Burkon, Sambuco, and Mikolas. Here comes Diaz up the middle, taking aim at the open net. No icing, and Coughlin scores. The pride of the Prairies, Cade Coughlin, pops the empty netter. And Delaware is back up by 2. .148 to go. Coughlin with his 4th. And that will, with all likelihood, be all she wrote. Delaware goal, 4th of the season, scored by number 20, Cade Coughlin. Assisted by number 37, Cody Diaz. Time of the empty net goal, 18 minutes, 12 seconds in the third period. Coughlin's 4th from Diaz at 18-12. Burkon from distance, shot was blocked. Harris couldn't reel in the net front deflection. Coughlin fails to shovel the puck free. Sambuco, shot deflected up and away by Snellenberg. Coming to the final minute. This cleared again by DeBolt. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute. Final 58. Sambuco wins the draw. Harris shot, puck is loose in front. Scrambling is Snellenberg, and he covers. Now 52 to go. Mahoney in across from Sambuco. Ryan Sambuco won the draw. Harris's shot from the top of the near circle was turned aside. Now to the final 35. Puck again cleared. And again, an icing against the Blue Hens. Tracy in for the draw now across from Sambuco. From distance was Doyle. Final 15. Rodriguez. with another empty netter. And this one's going to go in the books. A 6-3 Delaware win. Final seconds tick away, and that will do it. Delaware goal 19th of the season, second of the game, scored by number 22 Ryan Rodriguez, assisted by number 36 Tanner Mahoney. Time of the empty net goal 1946 in the third period. Rodriguez 19th of the season, second of the game. From Mahoney, an empty netter at 1946 in the third period. Tonight's final score, Delaware Blue Hens 6, Drexel University Dragons 3. Fans, it is time for the Sid's Barbecue and Jerky 3 stars of the game. Tonight's third star with 2 goals and 2 assists for Delaware, number 22, Ryan Rodriguez. Tonight's number 2 star with a goal and an assist for Drexel, number 28, Anton Kazitsky. And the number 1 star of the game with 2 goals and an assist for the visiting Delaware Blue Hens, number 36, Tanner Mahoney. Drexel fans, your Dragons will be back on the Delaware Hockey Network on February 8th when they host the Violets of New York University. And the Dragons are back on home ice here at Class of 1923 tomorrow. And that, friends, will do it for us here on the Delaware Hockey Network. As the Blue Hens improve to 13-8-3 on the year, and they head to Long Island to take on the Sea Wolves of Stony Brook University for a Saturday-Sunday weekend set. Drexel dropping to 12-6 on the season and 5-3-0 against their ESCHL rivals. For the whole crew, for Caleb, for Eli, for MJR, for Broadway Joe, James Witherite saying thank you for your company tonight on the Delaware Hockey Network. Once again, tonight's final score, Delaware Blue Hens 6, Drexel Dragons 3. Good night to you all. We'll see you back tomorrow for Delaware Men's Division II Blue Hens hockey as the Hens host the Big Red of Denison at Fred Rust Arena. Game time 8:30 p.m. We'll be on the air at 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Until then, we'll catch you on the flip side. Good night.